Right, that's one fuck of a colour, isn't it? It's going to show off how mank my teeth are. Two bits of my teeth, well, what's left of what was once my teeth, have now descended from where they where they put where they put her. I do like that clash. Ooh, nice. It's getting on for a bit of the kind of gypsy look. I was at the shop just now. I didn't have this on. I should have done, because I'm like, the more I'm doing it, the more I'm self-conscious. But then the more I want to do it. I don't know. I can't explain it. But I know that if I was talking about it, just chatting about it, and someone would say, well, "But why?" I would want to punch them in the throat. No, kick them in the throat. I wouldn't punch them in the throat. That would be ridiculous. But I do know that my face kind of looks like cartoony or something now, which is just like, it's all right. It's all right. I also know for a lot of people, well, for me as well, like, I don't know, when you see people, when you see men putting on makeup and they're being all camp with that's like, I don't know. It can look creepy, but that's not a judgment though, is it? That's like what gets seen as a judgment. It's like, no, you've been brought up like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I've got body image issues and I used to play with He-Man. It's the same fucking shit as Barbie and all that. But again, it's men, so it doesn't count. It doesn't really happen. It's not as bad. It's the fucking same. You don't have to affect it's worse because you're not allowed to talk about it. Um, anyway. Um, I am quite liking it. I like that it's just dead noticeable. What else? I didn't go on my bike. I think basically fate has played a hand, because if I have gone had have if I had have gone out, I would have I would have got wet, and well, I'd probably just like been miserable. There'd have been no one about. Um, I do remember one day that I went, and it was like I went down Boscombe, um, and there were people about, but they were all like, it was windy. It wasn't that sunny. There was just no one down there. There was just no one down there. Um, and it was just sort of unpleasant because the wind was a bit cold, and like, I'm a wimp, and it was blowing in my ears. And you know when it gets right inside your ears, and I just go, ah. And I'm a total pussy for that. I just can't. But it's like it overtakes all my senses. People say, just ignore it. It's like, but it's as vivid as like fucking toothache, and it's in both fucking ears. So it goes up into my head, my eyes, and it's like, it's not that cold, but it's when the wind gets right in that little bit inside there. It's just my reality, but again, it's never been allowed to exist when I'm suffering with it. It's like, what are you fucking talking about? I don't know. It fucking hurts. But people are cunts, Michael. Oh yes, they are. I forgot about that. No, a lot of them are. A lot of them are. But what else was I going to talk about? That was it. That was the other thing. Is the fear thing that I didn't quite cover in my last thrilling fucking episode of this almighty series. Um, but yeah, like I think I covered it before, but like there was a year where I got literally like 5 absolute beatings when I was like 15 to 16. And I know, like, at that age, your consciousness is more adult. You know how people say I still feel like I'm 18? When you're a kid, you tend to feel older, don't you? But I think by that age, definitely by 16, I mean, I was working and shit. Um, and I did have basically what I would call PTSD. And it was something I discussed. That's why when that guy tried to diagnose me the day I'd been diagnosed, he tried to re-diagnose me with PTSD. But I kind of agreed with him in a sense. I said, well, that was actually been explored. We've talked about that. And I don't know if it was maybe like PTSD may have a subacute phase for some people, which sort of love, you know what I mean? It's kind of, I don't know, I suppose I'm likening it to to sort of a mini stroke or something where they can be ill for a while afterwards and recover, that kind of shit. But I do know that one thing I did notice was when I was going for breakfast, they always asked where you want to sit. So and or sometimes you have to check because I wouldn't like you sitting there. And I always seemed I just looked at all the chairs I always sat in, it was like they're all against the wall. I have to sit with my back against the wall. It's just, when you're over analytical, you notice things like that. But I wasn't consciously ever choosing it. I knew there was like 3 or 4 tables. I want that one, that one, or that one. I just knew them. I looked like, yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was horrible. Like, I missed out on all the early raves because of it. I just knew I was scared. I wasn't thinking PTSD at the time. I was always scared when I was out. Like, I'd be in Winchester at 5, 6 o'clock, just when it's getting dark and voices are getting louder and there's groups of people about, and it was cold. I'd be like, fuck, scared, just fucking scared in the bus station. I'm hating myself. You are just beautiful. You're beautiful. He's got that face just looking adoringly at me. Aren't you? But yeah, no, go on, get to the point. The fear thing. So it's like, I became alcoholic not long after that. So then I've had fights. Do you know what I mean? But I think like the only it's the only chance I'd have is just to give someone everything I've fucking got and hope for the fucking best early as. And it's not a great strategy because like that boy that I spoke about, he saw me in the gardens. There was about 20 of them, girls and boys, part of a group and whatever. And then his mate danced in front of the bike, and you could see he was aggressively trying to stop the bike. And he had that sort of look, but he was like dancing. As well. I thought, oh no, I thought it was that prick, and it wasn't. But then it was, and he was alongside me. And he like grabbed at my bag, so I just fucking slung him and went fuck off. But it was at a bit of the gardens where it was like there was no one around other than their crew for like at least 10, 15 metres. And if I'd have tried anything and hit the deck, my skull could have been broken before anyone came to fucking help. Put it that way. Because that's what fucking happens. You know what I mean? If you fucking hit the deck, it's over, mate. But there's a crowd of them because it's fucking all of them. Girls as well. You know what I mean? But I don't know. But then, and then he come out of the shop the other day, and his mate come out, and he was a big cunt. And he just sort of looked at me and then sort of stared. And then that prick came out. He didn't recognise me. I don't think so. But he just looked at me and went, what the fuck are you? And again, he didn't start. I just laughed. I was, oh, God. I just laughed. And walked in the shop. And he walked off. They walked off. But it's like that's 4 times now I've had aggression off that kid. And it's like anyone would be scared. And when you're paranoid anyway, do you know what I mean? When you're paranoid, thinking even if you fucking hit the cunt, he knows a lot of people, and then he da and all that fucking nonsense that fucking happens these days where everyone's got to get all gangster about it. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got to prove a fucking point, and blah fucking. I don't like all that street shit. It's bollocks, mate. So yeah, I think anyone would be fucking scared. Anyone would be scared. Oh, he put his daylights out. Like the fucking lights hurts my eyes. Light hurts my eyes. Oh, just look at him. Yeah. You see his face? Look at that face. Ah. Anyway, it's time pressing. No, not too bad. 8:43. You're like you can't. He wants to hold out. Yeah. So like that's a real thing. That's like I've said before. Like a lot of the time, paranoid people think no one likes them or whatever, and you can say, well, where's the evidence for that? But this is like, well, there is evidence for the for the fact that I'm not worried, but like he's probably the sort of kid. Like I say, when my friend spoke to him, he was he changed a bit, and he's got that kind of look. He's a kid. He's had a lot of pain. That's why he is the way he is. Blah blah blah. Where was I going with that bit? I don't bloody know. But yeah, sorry. That's why I'm not that scared of him. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that scared of him because he's had opportunities where he could have done something. Like when I rode off that night, I felt him. He just kicked the back tyre. But there was enough of them there. It's like not that fast a bike. If they really wanted to jump me, they could have fucking jumped me. And there was 2 of them outside the shop, and when they're giving it all fucking coming up to my face, giving me shit like that. and I just laughed at him and turned my back, and he didn't do anything. So it's like, that's why I'm not that scared of him. But I think like in the situation where he was grabbing at my bike, that's what my friend said. He was gonna bottle you. I was like, was he? Maybe he was, and I think that is actually because he's fucking frightened and he goes straight for a fucking weapon because he wants to be fucking hard. He's like, "Ugh," and he needs something to fucking just level the fucking playing field first. And I'm thinking, mate, I'm basically what they would used to be called a cripple, which is probably politically incorrect these days. But it's like I am. I can't fucking run. If you can chase me, I won't get far, mate. I might as well just fucking give up. Do you know what I mean? I might as well just lie down. Oh. um. So yeah, that pissed on my shit. I've had a really shit day. I forgot to take my meds. I crashed. I fell asleep. I thought, what the fuck is going on? I've forgotten to eat. And suddenly from nowhere, a shit day arrived. That's the way I'm gonna have to fucking look at it. I'm afraid. Uh, you keep pouring at me. Squeeze it. Bless you, Gizmo. This is him absorbing my negative energy, isn't it? He's sucking it from. Don't talk like that about you. No. Anyway, that's just me stroking my cat. Have I got any more fucking points to make other than I love Gizmo? I think you know I love Gizmo. Gizmo loves me. And I've had a shit day. I'm really self-conscious and scared. And that's me.